Welcome to WIP IT Sundays. With me tonight we got Commandant, Harker Customs, and Custom Cannon.
Evening.
Hello, hello.
We all want to be working on some custom projects tonight, and should be able to finish up painting Bruton's head.
Oh, nice.
He's almost done. And I'm going to put the water slide on my Solar's torso.
Oh, cool. I definitely want to check that out.
Jeffrey Torrey says, how y'all doing? And Sector 281 Tree says, evening, fellas.
Hello,
Hey,
hello.
what's up?
And Peggy Zero Dad says, evening. Glad you made it. Yep. I came in out of the heat before I got too melted. Because it was... Did you see that post? It was...
I did.
123 heat index.
That's insane. I think that was higher than what it was here today.
It's the humidity. It's so humid. And no dry heat out there.
We got stranded. We went to the comic book shop and we came out. We were with my sister-in-law and her kids. We came out and their car wouldn't start, man. We had to call for AAA and then go get a battery and all kinds of stuff. We were stuck for a couple hours. It was great.
Sounds like a booger.
Jeffrey Torres said his Hunt Girl head came in.
Oh, good.
He said just the pointy tips broke off, not noticeable though.
Same thing happened to Harker's. I think it's the heat variation or something. I don't know.
Juan Toys and Bricks. Hello, hello. Juan was one of the winners last night.
Oh,
Congratulations, Wayne.
And
congratulations.
And Gary, I'm going to set up some vector graphics, and
Holy Jesus.
my buddy Brian's going to make you a shirt. You said medium, right?
Oh, can I lose y'all again?
We're here.
Like as soon as you went in, is like introduced everybody, and I crashed.
Yeah, I saw the screen flicker a whole bunch doing weird things over on YouTube, so I don't know if that was just my computer that did that or if it was everybody's.
Yeah, mine died. I had to completely go back out and come back in. I was surprised to see that I wasn't backstage.
I saw you come in, and so I put you back on immediately when I heard it click.
All right. Well, there we go.
Y'all know what body I can use for Pinocchio from Lies of P?
I don't even know what that is, so I'm not big on gaming, so I don't really know. I will assume that's a video game.
Life of Pi?
Here, let's take a look. Is that Pinocchio?
Let's see. Well, looks like you can use.
That first one looks like that vampire guy that was on sale recently.
Yeah, the vampire guy, or from the Hellfire Club people.
Oh, or one of those guys, yeah. What was the vampire's name that was on sale?
Moreland.
Moreland?
Yeah. Moreland, yeah.
What's up, fellas? Canon DD looking good. Any specific version of DD or classic? It's the Electric Daredevil.
It's the Electric Daredevil, yeah. Yeah, but I'd use that. If you're going for this look, that's the one I would use. It's that.
It's Electric.
He said yes, that's the one he's going with.
Was he an armadillo wave?
Yes.
Should be pretty cheap on Amazon still.
My wife asked me if I like lobster, and I was like, well, I like rock lobster.
Yeah.
She didn't know what I was talking about.
The guy right there.
Yep. That should work fine right there.
Yeah.
There with her.
I guess he doesn't have that ascot or whatever that filigree stuff is at his neck.
Either that or look into some of the Hellfire Club people.
They're going to probably be more expensive, though, don't you think?
Yeah, I mean, they're going to run you, a lick, but, I mean, they might be more
Yeah.
accurate depending on how much you're wanting to spend.
Well, I think for, I think you can get that one for like 10 bucks.
I forgot I left that on there.
Thank you.
Cannon, what do you got from ear to ear on size?
Oh.
People are wondering, watching, they're measuring the
13?
electric head.
13.7, so 14 basically.
And that hadn't changed at all, or did you already change that when you changed the vertical?
I changed the vertical and the horizontal at the same time.
Okay.
And then I also changed the horizontal a little bit extra. Just moosh it a little bit.
That should probably do it, huh?
Yeah, I think so. I think it's about a half centimeter off of either side from what it was previously.
Okay, we've got the micro saw, we got the micro set. I think we'll go ahead and just do the water slide while I'm into it.
What about if we...
So there's 2 boxes I have to mail out. Yay.
Tupac. You gonna mail Tupac?
Sun Stove says, nice from Chips Love, the King DD look. Too bad I feel... Oh, it moved. I was trying to read it.
Oh, me.
Now I don't know where it went. Oh, too bad I feel ML look a bit in my opinion.
Yeah, they didn't even give it butterfly joints. Really upsetting for a Daredevil. And they really kind of crapped the bed with the knees on that one. They could have came up with a much better solution than what they did. Seriously. Cannon, is there still a possibility of changing her job a little bit?
Yeah, it depends.
Old people diapers?
Changing it how?
Because right now, I think it looks a little too masculine. I was thinking about making it a little bit more feminine. Like, I don't know.
You're going to have
I'm
to be
looking at
more
the
specific.
Well, no guy that says I need to move closer to my router.
Is it too wide? Is it too square?
too square.
Oh,
Yeah.
what you got there, Commandant?
That's the shirt.
Oh,
It's
man.
the Collector Express family. Family. Family.
I think he was talking about that Hell Cycle.
A very
Is that would
friend of
just
mine.
that's just with the primer on, huh?
Yep, that's just primer.
That looks good.
How much sanding have you done on it?
Zilch.
What? Yeah, I'm a sand the ever living hell out of mine. Of course, mine got heat work, so I got to do a bunch of heat treatment on mine still, though.
Yeah, that's a bummer.
We had a conversation about how you didn't think the kickstand was going to be enough.
I don't think it will be over time.
I think you're right. I think there needs to be a bar or a brace in between the.
Yeah. Well, I mean, are you ever going to display it without the fire effects?
No.
Why would you?
I don't know. Because you're crazy.
Oh shit! Back
I
in
will
there.
probably pay you Tuesday for an extra flame effect on the wheels for today.
Yeah.
Exactly.
How's that? Is that more feminine for you? You like that?
Yes. Yeah, I like that.
Let's see. Just because you looked at the game character, not sure if you guys ever heard of the game from Capcom Asura's Raft. Very toyetic design. Wish Storm Collectibles would get on it.
Sir, I've never heard of it.
Don't know it.
Yeah, I never. Heard of it.
Victor, does the Hill Cycle have a top, middle, and a bottom? It does have a middle because I've been prepping mine.
It has a front, back, and a couple sides too.
Yeah.
I mean, it's got all 3 dimensions in that sucker, man.
That's
All
good.
of
You pay $100 for each dimension. So
Apparently not. Apparently, you could get 3 of those dimensions for free.
What's funny is if they had done that with Danny Ketch Ghost Rider, they'd have probably been able to sell that for $300 instead of that damn
Maybe.
Hell Charger that nobody wanted.
I wanted it.
Oh, is that solar? Are you
It
doing?
is.
Is that my solar? Oh, sorry. I mean, I'm so waiting for somebody to do Valiant. It's unacceptable that we've gone this long, and the only Valiant we've ever gotten that I'm aware of is Bloodshot from 3.0, and then of course McFarlane did the movie version. That
And one 7-inch scale, one 5.5
like
scale.
true 6-inch. Yeah, like he's like if he's got his flat top, he's 6 inches maybe.
I'm putting Microsaw on this decal right now so I can contour it to the chest muscles. It softens up the decal paper.
I could have sent this to a guy that knows how to paint.
All right, that should be good.
That looks nice.
Yeah. So the first auction ended. But
Did
it
you
only
receive your
only had
extended?
one bid.
That's not right.
Which
I
seems
expected
weird.
a bidding war. I was sitting there watching for it to end while I was on the way home.
So, yeah, I just I'll sell the other one off that I got printed and that isn't getting shipped to anybody, and I think that'll be it for selling those. It just takes too long to print up and all that. So,
Too much to deal with. Well, the sand is part of the journey, though, right? It's part of the good.
Yep, I got mine. So
I got mine.
I got a couple more to ship out.
I'm just patiently waiting.
Did get there?
Did USPS ever get their crap together about the California thing?
It lost track of it in California, so there's one out there somewhere.
Oh my god!
Between California and Canada that can't be tracked.
Did you talk to them?
They don't do tracking outside of the U.S. That's what they said.
Baloney.
That's what I said.
There's a tracking number on it. The L starts with an L.
Yep. I can look it up and see if
Yeah,
I
but
can
if
find it now.
If they sent it to the wrong damn place, it's kind of still within their jurisdiction. Oh my god.
That worked out great. Now, I had to paint the circle like the gold, oval pattern just enough because I knew the label I have to lay down in the crease of between the pecs, and I guessed just right.
All right, so here's your.
I planned that the whole time.
Okay.
Here's your gun rack. It won't have all those pegs in it, but it'll have all those holes in it. And then I need this will key into the sides here so that it holds if you want to put them next to each other. You have a way to put them next to each other. And then now I need to work on something so that it'll go top to bottom if you want to do that, and something to support it so it won't fall over.
Well, really, though, people are going to be hanging the thing, putting it up against the wall, right? Thing just going to have it sitting out there by itself in the middle of the shelf, huh? They would surely put it against the wall.
Well, I don't know.
Maybe you should add like little suction cups to the back of it.
I went and looked at the tracking number. Currently, we're experiencing technical difficulties.
Yeah,
I'd say. Yeah, I'd say.
Once you get your label lined up where you want it to be, Microsoft, like I said, and you want to go with a Q-tip and dab it, pressing out the liquid behind it, and dries it out.
You want to dab on that hater.
Damn. Ow, ow. What are you doing, man? Cat decided to come in and sharpen her claws on my leg.
Sounds about right.
That's a cat for you.
It hurt.
Yeah.
Did you deserve it? I bet you deserved it.
I bet you didn't.
No, I didn't.
Probably deserved it.
Cats are just mean to be mean.
Yeah, just
Probably deserved it.
jackass sometimes, man. It's just
It's like that meme where I sent you a while back, Harker. Where a dog does something wrong, it bows its head and feels bad. The cat just looks at you like Sam Jackson eyes.
here. Look, see, here's the cat.
Well, they're in charge.
This is the perpetrator, the suspect. Who you file charges on for? So, whoa.
Okay.
What? Go play in your box.
Well, poop. I got it a little bit crooked. I got to scrap that sticker. Oh no, that's why I print extras.
Yeah, always a good idea.
That's the test fit. Let's find this.
Just making sure that the size looked right.
Yeah. Make sure I had like the oval right size, which I do, because I'm awesome. Find my scissors.
Oh no, it's already 9:20.
Let's see. Darth is in the house. He says, "What's up, gentlemen?"
Before I cut these out, let me get caught up on the chat.
Good morning.
Your Jeff Torres says your decals look legit.
Thank you. Even though I just tore that one up.
Legitness. Victor, most likely Loose Collector would do some Valiant characters.
I can see that.
Party
Peggy
on,
Zero's
brother.
dead. I've only done decal once, and I had to ask CE Collector Express for advice. So it'll be cool.
Most likely Loose Collector would do Valiant. Yep. Solar is probably one of the easiest ones to do. He's basically all red with a Cyclops head.
Yeah, who would win a fight between Martian Manhunter and Silver Surfer?
Surfer.
Yeah, because Silver Surfer could just
Power Cosmic.
light him up.
Yep. Yeah, Manhunter's got that. He is extremely strong, but he's got a major weakness to heat. Fire. Or you can also, all the Silver Surfer has to do, he can basically transmute matter too and just make a big pile of Oreo cookies. And Manhunter would like, ooh, cookies. He's actually addicted like a drug to Oreo cookies.
I did not know that.
I didn't know that either.
Apparently, the Martians have a thing with chocolate.
Oh, so it didn't even have to be Oreo cookies. It could just be any chocolate.
Yeah, Oreos is his favorite though.
Oh, I see. Well, he's apparently got two huge weaknesses. Fire, which you can get at any, like, convenience store. Gas station.
But how long would it take Surfer to suss that out, that he's vulnerable to fire? Is this fight on Earth, or is it in space?
Well, depends what kind of radiation does Cosmic Blast have?
I mean, I don't think the Hunter would have a. I don't think they're in.
To be in and from our solar system, they are near Kryptonian level. They are extremely powerful.
I just think the Surfer skill set is more give him the win.
Yeah.
Is more what?
He's experienced.
Versatile.
He's going to have greater experience using his power. Combat experience. Whereas Manhunter, isn't he very old too, though?
Yeah.
See things beat Manhunter's ass all the time. But to be fair, you see shit beat Surfer's ass all the time too.
The surfer's naive. That's his weakness.
Well, if characters use their powers to their full extent all the time, they would hardly ever get beaten. I always used to kid around about with Doomsday. I think he has a power. He makes all superheroes forget how to use their own powers when he's around.
Like a fear aura. They're like, oh, I don't know what to do.
He's got that plot armor.
It's like he threw another hero at the Flash and made the Flash trip. That's not possible. The Speed Force puts a barrier around the Flash. You can't just stick a.
You can't stick your foot out and trip him, huh?
That's why you can't defeat him with a handful of gravel.
Yeah. Or Dale Gribble's pocket sand.
That's why he doesn't get ripped to shreds when he runs through a swarm of gnats.
Yep. He basically has a force field. Alright, let's try this. Try this again. A little more microset on this time.
Let's see.
So did the last one just not lay smooth enough?
It went down a little crooked after I put the saw on there. I couldn't really do anything. It would tear if I tried to move it around.
Oh, okay.
When I start pushing it down into the pecs, it got twisted a little bit.
Hey, don't get it twisted.
So, Sonsto asks, coming from a Gunpla background, he still can't do water slides. Have Marker and Setter, the other one, forget the name. Any big tips, Collector Express, for success? Never find it sticks to the part.
What you need is this stuff here. Microsaw, microset. You want to put your microset down first. Let that sit for a little bit till it get a little tacky. And your microsaw. When you get in position, then you want to start using the microsaw to curve around objects. It starts to break down the waterside decal sheet, and it will actually contour through the parts better, and almost looks like, it almost becomes like a tampograph once it breaks down. Before that, before getting that stuff, I could not use water slides. That's better. Still not perfect. So it needs to come up. Yeah. Okay. So without the micro saw too, you get these wrinkles when you try to go around the curved surfaces, and where it breaks down the paper, it fixes that.
Do.
course.
You'll scare me every time, I guess.
Who's gonna scare you every time?
So far.
Who knew? It's the cat.
No, the flame piece falling off of the wheel when I pick it up.
Oh,
Oh. Mhm.
sorry.
Sorry.
Sorry, it scares you.
Seems like it's 100% my fault.
Looks good.
All right, guys. That's my time. It's 9:30.
You're out already?
Damn.
Got to get up early in the morning. I mean, early.
Damn.
No.
Hate yourself early, huh?
Yeah, hate yourself early. Absolutely. 0-4 is easily in that hate yourself time frame. But I appreciate you for letting me come on the stream as always, and always appreciated.
Oh,
Hope you guys have a good night. Good rest of the stream.
You take care, sir.
Have
And
a
thank
good
you for the
night.
And thank you again for your contributions to the giveaway last night.
You're welcome.
Have a good one.
Have a good night.
Night.
And then they were 4.
Yeah. What's Geek Fusion doing over there? He's awful quiet this evening.
I am here. I promise.
I don't believe you. Maybe
I was actually getting my stuff from. I'm going through my haul for the weekend.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I hit some flea market this morning, did some other stuff, and picked up some more crap. Spent way too much money this weekend.
Oh,
That's the way it goes. Once you start.
Any good finds this morning?
Yeah, not too bad. Pretty good. I found. Well, I went by Ollie's, and I picked up another Human Torch because I don't know. I figured I'd do something with him.
Oh yeah, it's
Just, I mean, it's fucking $7.99, and then
Yeah.
same thing with these two at Ollie's. Didn't have them yet, so why not? $7.99, can't beat that. But then when I was at the flea market, I did find these, and
oh sweet.
he had them for $25 each, and I asked him if he'd take 40 for both, and he did. So I got them for $20 each.
Oh nice.
So picked those up. And then I picked up a bunch of crap for my wife. She's got her own little couple of shelves in around her books. So I got her that NECA Elvira.
Sweet.
And some other stuff. She likes Darkwing Duck and fantasy stuff. So I picked her up some stuff for her shelf. But yeah, it wasn't too bad. That on top of all the other crap that I was showing on the show last night, all that DCUC stuff I picked up. And then I won another bid today on a DCUC Green Lantern, like the OG Hal Jordan Green Lantern.
Oh,
in
nice.
the package. In the package, nobody was bidding on it. And I got it for $12. Brand new DCUC Green Lantern. It's $8 shipping. So I'm paying $20 for it, but I mean,
yeah.
Again, I'm picking up all these DCUC figures cheaper than you can go buy McFarlane figures for.
And I like the DCUC stuff better.
Yeah, and they're way better. I mean, again, like this is a way better Superman that, even though it's Dark Knight Returns, better than any Superman that McFarlane has put out. And I got it for $20.
I tell you what looks really good. I got that same Superman. I put one of McFarlane heads on that Superman.
Oh yeah, like what? Like the Superman 1000 heads or something?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a great sculpt, man. It's a great looking figure. I mean,
I put some Marvel Legends hands on it too, so we can have like a wrist twist and hinged wrist.
And this Batman, I had the McFarlane one of these, and I ended up getting rid of it. And this one looks way better than the McFarlane one did.
Oh yeah.
So yeah. So I've kind of spent too much money this weekend, but I got a lot of good deals. So I didn't pay full price for anything, so I'm happy.
That's the way to do it.
There we go. Getting the layover between the pecs that's difficult. When I was pushing it down the pecs, it shifted over to the one side again. I just tweaked it over. The only problem is when the Microsoft starts working, you can crack the ink on the label, which I did a little bit, but I can touch that up.
That looks great, man.
Yeah, it's good.
Just gotta keep while it's drying. Ever so when it starts to wrinkle, you just tap it down with your Q-tip. Keep it gets that wrinkled edge. I think that works. A little bit of touch up on it after it dries. Then I'll seal it. Still got to paint the trim down the visor and paint it up. While that's drying, I'm going to work on finish painting up Bruton. Before I do that, let me get caught up on the chat real quick. Cannot watch the chat and paint at the same time. I'm sorry, everyone in the chat. Not ignoring you. I think my big issue was applying too much, which I was removing. We was soaking up with the cotton bud. Yeah, you gotta let the stuff let them dry, and before you move on to the next one. Oh, hang solo, we got a family.
Family, 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 family.
Okay, you may leave. Good stuff, cheap. Talking about ollies. Oh, sorry, missed you, Gary. Have a good night or good morning over there. I thought DCUC was big money in the aftermarket. Some of
Not
them
at all.
are, not all of them.
There's a few, like there's some of the Superman that are a little pricey, some of the Batman that are a little pricey.
Wonder Twins.
Wonder Twins. I know that the one you've got, the Azrael that you've got, is a little pricey. But even so, I mean, by a little pricey, I mean I'm talking like $35. You know what I mean? Most of them.
Wonder Twins they're expensive.
Well, weren't they a Matty Collector exclusive?
They were SDC and Mighty Collector.
Okay. Yeah, some of those are kind of expensive, but the vast majority of them are not. I've been hunting them down all over eBay and at local shops and stuff for the last couple weeks.
The Wonder Twins, the Mighty Collector ones didn't come with Gleep. The SDC one came with Gleep. But both sets are expensive. The Legion of Super Heroes, that set's expensive.
Yeah.
Metron with his chair. I got him without his chair because I didn't subscribe to the first year of when they went, they dropped DCUC, went to the Signature Collection. You had to go to Mighty Collector to get them. I didn't want to subscribe because they wouldn't tell you what's coming. You had no idea what figures they're going to make. And Metron was the subscription exclusive, and he came with his chair. But you could get the figure but loose by itself from the Chinese factories doing overruns, but they didn't do the chairs. So I just stuck it in like a Star Wars chair that came with the dude in gold robe from
Snooky.
GameStop was selling those things cheap, so I grabbed the Snooki with a chair, and I bought two of those. One Black Bolt sitting in, one other one Metron sitting in. Close enough. It's not green, but I don't care.
Oh, by the way, the one I got was the one without pupils.
They made a lot of Hal Jordans. The different variants, the costumes, modern costume, classic costume, metallic finish, non-metallic finish.
This is a non-metallic finish classic costume Hal Jordan with no pupils.
Green trunks?
Yeah, I think so. Hold on.
Okay,
Let me look. Let me double check. I don't remember if he had the green trunks or not. Let me look. I had it. I got him over here in another tab because I was looking him up. No green trunks. He's got the black pants.
Okay, that's modern costume.
Yeah.
Cool. I like the modern costume with the the green trunks. I got different versions of them. Of course, I ended up buying a bunch of them because you put different heads on them, you can make other lanterns.
What I want to get is I want to get that 5-pack because I want Guy Gardner, who's my favorite Green Lantern. I want to get that 5-pack. It's a little pricey, but I mean, even so, I mean, I see them on eBay going for $70 to $80, and it's a 5-pack. I mean, you know, you're paying like $15 a figure. You know what I mean? At most. So like, it's not like it's that expensive. They're not. I mean, you're getting these figures. I mean, I haven't paid the ones I've been picking up so far. I've picked up about 25 of them, and the most I paid for any of them, I think, was maybe $20. You know, so they're not. They're still. I'm spending less on them than I would going out and buying McFarlane figures.
And you're enjoying them more, and you can mix them with your Marvel Legends.
Yeah.
Thank you, Old Cat Studios. Talking about the Bruton. Johan Stormcrow, Solar looking good. Thank you, sir. Let's check on his label. Make sure I don't need to smooth it down. I'll have to do a tiny bit of touch up with some black paint, but not much. I think the labels probably could use another coat of clear too. When you print your labels on your water slides, you gotta seal them with a clear coat. And they say to do it like 2 or 3 times. I put 2 coats on it. And I think it could use a 3rd coat. Yeah, that would have been. I would love seeing more than Valiverse was talking about getting the property. Like Valiant was one of the ones we were hoping for.
Yep. The 2 big ones, man, are Valiant and Image. I would love to see somebody pick up the Valiant or the Image or both lines. There's amazing characters you could do, and I mean, at least, and I think Valiant would be the easier.
What would be left that they could do with Image, though?
Well, the problem with Image is because it's all individually owned. Like, you're not just gonna, you know, like you can go to Rob Liefeld and get Youngblood characters, and then you got to go to.
Actually,
you can't get anything from Jim Lee. Oh shit!
He lost the rights to Youngblood for like a during a business deal type thing.
I mean, there's nothing truly recognizable in Image that they can really use in all these.
What about Wetworks? Wasn't that an Image comic?
Yep.
Yeah, and they're individually owned too. They're not even in Image anymore. I think they Cyberforce is not Image owned anymore. They're going to be printed by Top Cow.
That's DC. They have.
Anything that was Jim Lee's all went to DC.
Yeah.
But Wetworks is not owned by Jim Lee. It's owned by somebody else.
They still have it. It's DC.
Wetworks, no, it's different.
I still think it's DC.
It is individually owned right now.
Oh, really? Huh.
Yeah.
I thought they were actually doing something with it in DC, huh? Yeah, but if they tried to obtain any kind of license with Image, it wouldn't matter. They would have to get the express permission from all of those individual owners to make any kind of action figure anyway. So it's almost pointless to get the actual license. And they wouldn't be able to make stuff like, even if they wanted to, they wouldn't be able to make stuff like Max or Shadowhawk. They definitely couldn't make Savage Dragon, stuff like that. It's unfortunate. I mean, look at the lawsuit still going on between Eric Larson and McFarlane over him making that 10th anniversary Savage Dragon thing. Eric Larson's already sued him like 4 times over that shit and won every time. It's ridiculous, and he keeps on suing him for different shit about it. I have no idea. It's messy.
Eric Larson's also a damn weirdo anymore.
Oh, he's an asshole. I heard.
He turned Savage Dragon comic book into a porno book.
Really? God.
Yeah. A disgusting porno book.
Oh God. Why couldn't he just leave it the way it was? It was cool the way it was. Fuck. Weird.
It's unrecognizable if you try to pick up Savage Dragon book now. It's not even the original dragon. It's his son with his pervert wife that wears SDM gear out in public, and they screw all the time.
Weird. And it's still Larson doing it?
Yep.
What a strange person. And his females still look equally as weird as they used to?
Well, it's still his art style, so they all look weird.
Strange. They've always looked very odd.
Better to burn out than to fade away.
Maybe.
Or to become a weirdo.
Apparently.
Yeah, apparently the guy who owns Youngblood right now doesn't even like Liefeld. He don't even refer to Liefeld by name. He calls him the creator when they're talking about Youngblood.
Are they doing anything with those characters anymore? Is anybody doing anything with them?
Some company owns them right now, and we got basically kind of got swindled Liefeld out of them. He owns something else too. I think it's another book called The Eternals, but it's not the Marvel Eternals.
What about that Prophet? Wasn't there a Prophet book?
Yeah, that was owned by Liefeld too, but who knows owns it now?
Who's the artist on that? Splat.
That was a Supreme. That was a Liefeld creation too. They rebooted Supreme too to be more like a more Superman-esque character when it left Image.
Yeah, who drew Prophet after Liefeld did?
Oh no. There we go.
Does Keon own Pit?
Yes. Keon still owns Pit.
That's good.
Well, he should make a figure. People would buy it. Like, at least I would buy it. But
I
anybody
think
else?
a lot of people would buy it.
Oh yeah.
I should talk to Loose Collector. This Loose Collector is doing independent comic book characters with Chaos Comics. And what that Critter, that's another character from another company. Which I have no idea what Critter is.
Figure looks cool though.
It looks cool, but I just can't get into it because I have no connection to the character.
Same.
I just can't drop $70 for a character I don't know.
I'm probably gonna get it still.
A little more microsol up top. Got down the bottom of the pecs really good. Need to lay down up here. Fit for bit. Get caught up on the chat. I don't know what a Lloyd from Spy X Family is. I know James Bond, Daniel Craig.
Spy X Family is an anime.
Lloyd would absolutely destroy Bond. He wouldn't stand a chance, like, at all. I think Lloyd could probably take all of the James Bonds at the same time and come out.
Wow, that's the difference between reality and fantasy.
Yeah, because
well, I mean,
like
fantasy and more realistic
superhuman.
fantasy. Oh yeah, definitely.
Han Solo painting Ollie's Fortnite arcade machines with Tester's gray spray paint. Sticks really good. With no sanding. Red Knock, Michael Ronson. Hello. Welcome. Victor, I wish someone would do some public domain figures. So many interesting characters out there. Yeah.
Like who?
Oh, can you imagine? I mean, that's how League of Extraordinary Gentlemen became a comic, was by taking, these public domain figures from classic literature.
Mm-hmm.
And can you imagine something like that, like a toy line based on,
the OG Blue Beetle? He's public domain. Not Ted Cord, but the one before.
Dan Garrett.
Yeah.
Who, by the way, Dan Garrett is not in the new movie, but he is mentioned in the new movie.
Name of Fields in the house.
What about what's that bronze guy?
Oh, Doc Samson?
Yeah.
No, Sergeant.
Right? Wait, it's Doc's not Doc Samson. Doc Savage?
Savage.
Doc
Savage.
Savage.
Yeah.
Is he in the public domain?
Probably so.
Would imagine.
Kind of cool.
I think that's how the Defenders of the Earth cartoon came about too, with Flash Gordon, all them, and that's their public domain.
I mean, I sometimes wonder, like, I can't remember the name of the company. We were just talking about them on your show yesterday. That is doing all the, angels and stuff, angels and demons and all those. I forget what that company.
Almighty Legends, I think. With it.
Yeah, but like, I'm surprised somebody hasn't come along and done like the different mythologies. I mean, you could do entire lines of figures on like Norse mythology and things like that. And just like, you wouldn't even like, you don't have to have a comic book backing it up or anything like that. Like these characters have incredible mythologies behind them, and you know, you could have a whole, like, again, we'll just talk about Norse. I mean, you could you know, have the entire lineup with Thor and Odin, and I mean, like, everybody across the board is dozens of characters from Norse mythology, and they aren't owned. I mean, yeah, Marvel has their versions, you know, or you could do Egyptian mythology or Greek mythology, or, you know, I mean, like,
anytime
there's
does,
love for it out there, I would buy the hell out of those figures.
Anytime someone does an indie book that has Thor in it, Marvel still tries to go after them.
Well, I'm just talking about for toy lines.
Oh,
you know what I mean? Like, I'm talking about for toy lines. Like, you could do toy lines of.
I don't know about toys.
Well, Marvel can eat a dick because it's mythology.
It's the same thing as like Monster Energy drink. They always try to fucking go after somebody that does anything.
And then any judge with an ounce of brains is going to say it's Norse mythology. You can't copyright it.
Yeah.
They can copyright his look. That's why they default back to his OG look every so often. But he's currently in his OG costume right now.
Tactic, that stuff. I don't know. There's got to be a reason that they do it, right? I mean,
because they just want to cost people a lot of money and make it to where they don't want to mess with them.
I think it would be cool because the trademark for Ultraverse is actually available right now. Marvel let them most of the Ultraverse trademarks expire.
It's a bullying tactic is what it is, because if they get a lawyer, that means you have to get a lawyer to defend yourself.
Well, the Discovery actually bullied a YouTuber. He actually was tried out to be a Mythbuster, and the Discovery let the trademark for Mythbusters expire, and he snagged it up and went to court. And they made him give it back.
They made him give the name back to them?
Yeah.
What? That judge is a piece of shit.
Yeah.
That judge was like paid off or something, man. That's fucked up.
Well, that's why if one of these big companies go after you for something, you're just better off just being like, you know, fine, have whatever you want, because I don't have, you know, $20,000 to put towards lawyer fees to tell you that I was right. That's just money out of my pocket.
Yeah, I would just be that dude who shows up to court by myself. I'm going to represent myself because I think they can go themselves.
Yeah.
If they win, you still have to pay their court costs, though. I mean, it's still kind of dangerous.
I mean, yeah, but if they're going to sue you anyway, like, you know what I mean? Like, you're screwed anyway at that point, right? Like, if you lose, you lose. Because if you lose, you're not only paying your lawyer, now you're paying them too.
Yeah. The lawyer can negotiate court costs out of the deal, and you end up paying a lawyer about $2,000, where you pay court costs, you know, that could be upwards of much, much higher than that. They can hit you with their entire fee for their lawyers and stuff like that, and you'll end up paying $20,000.
Eat a dick.
I've seen all that kind of shit when I was the police.
There we go. We should look about trademarking like the phrase "eat a dick."
Go trademark Jesus.
I think people have tried.
Sue all the churches. They got money.
a lot of money.
Time we got.
It's 9:06. So 10:06 for you. Darth says cats are narcissists. They stay in a place if it's convenient for them. They don't have much love for others.
I disagree. I have 4 of them, and they're all amazing and show plenty of affection.
But they,
I think it depends on the individual cat. Some
Depends
cats
on how
are
you
total
raise
bulls.
them and how. I mean, there's a different. You know, if you treat them like you own them versus you treat them like they're your family. It's a. Oh, I
What'd you
said the
say?
magic word.
what'd you say?
I said the magic word.
Family, 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 family.
Or maybe I'm just lucky.
Maybe. Got this one Fortnite figure from Tarlin Toys for $1. It's the blue one that kind of looks like Iron Man.
I don't know that one.
Doesn't know what to turn him into. That's Jeffrey Torres.
All right. I will be right back. I need to go AFK for a second.
Sansto. In other words, flashed like a hamster in his bowl. Yo, I guess this is way back. Hang Solo says, ladies. Anybody seen Blue Beetle? Is it any good? Darth's asking.
I heard it's like generic superhero movie, so probably that's what you can expect. So probably a fun watch, but like don't expect to be mesmerized, I guess.
I haven't seen it, so I don't know.
I'm not gonna go to the theater to see it, but definitely, definitely gonna watch it whenever it hits a certain website that I like to watch things on.
All right, I'm gonna go usher my kids to bed. I'll be right back.
Nope. Breaking out some new brushes that I've had forever and never used. Want a fine tip to paint the eyes. Sector 203, Betty, want loose collector's Betty Page figure, Rocketeer Blast Effect, looks so cool too. Victor, I may be in the minority here, but I want some classic Archie. Fresh Monkey Fiction has a 4-inch line that has some with a Black Terror in it. Oh yeah, the Malibu Comics actually had a comic book series before Ultraverse called The Protectors, I think is what it was, and they were a lot of the characters were public domain characters like Black Terror, I think. Someone should do Project Superpower toy line. Darth says it's 7 o'clock there for him. Who's seen Blue Beetle? I haven't either. Any ideals for a Legend Scale Gordon Friedman custom? Not blanking on the character. That's exactly what I've heard too. Harker generic superhero movie. Just as long as it's better than Flash, that's a bar it has to overcome. It's like, well, it's not a very big bar to overcome.
Okay, I walked away for a minute. Y'all talking about Blue Beetle?
Yeah, people were what they heard about the movie is like a generic superhero movie.
I will tell you this. I have seen it twice, and I would absolutely go see it again.
Oh, is it good?
Oh, nice.
And it is way better than Flash. It's way better than most shit DC has put out in the last 10 years, short of like Man of Steel, Wonder Woman, the first one, and Zack Snyder's Justice League. It was fucking great.
Yeah, I heard the CGI was pretty damn good.
It was just fun. It was just a good, fun superhero movie with a nice, simple plot that didn't try to weigh the story down with some multiverse crap or anything else. It was just a good superhero origin story. It had action, humor, and heart. I was like in the theater both times. I went yesterday with my daughter. Today I went with my wife. We all loved it. Everybody in the theater is laughing. And like there's parts where my wife was tearing up in the movie theater and shit. Like it was just a good, fun superhero movie. And I was fully, and I went in this movie with zero expectations because Black Adam sucked, Flash sucked. I do like the Shazam movies, so I did like Shazam: Fury of the Gods, like because I like those both. I like both the Shazam movies, but Wonder Woman 1984 sucked. Suicide Squad sucked. The Suicide Squad sucked. I mean, like DC has been so hit or miss. To say that they're at a 50% hit rate is being generous.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Suicide Squad was okay.
It was better. It was considerably better than the first one.
Oh yeah.
But it still was not great. And
it had its moments.
It had its moments, but like I saw this movie yesterday with my daughter, and I was just smiling the whole fucking time, smiling, laughing the whole movie. Sure. Theaters going crazy, smiling and laughing. It was just fun. I didn't get and I walked into it expecting to be preached to about some woke BS or something like that, and I didn't get any of that.
Everybody is going in and expecting fucking Infinity War every single time now, and if it's not
that's the problem.
War, if it's not in game, then it's a piece of shit.
Well, and that's the problem is because you can only do those movies once in a while, not only just for the sake of not just completely screwing up whatever movie universe you're developing, because it cannot be the end of the world every movie, but also for the sake of the fact that, I'm sorry, but most people who've tried to do something that big turn it into shit like The Flash.
I think that's what the issue that Marvel's been having too. Like every one of their movies right now, every movie, the world's ending, and the hero has to stop the end of the world.
Yeah, exactly. And this was, you know what this movie reminded me of? It reminded me of the first Iron Man movie. Remember how simple that movie was?
Oh, it's fantastic. That's
You know what I mean?
Still
It
stands.
was-
It's like probably one of the
Yeah,
top.
still
three
one of the
for me.
greatest comic book movies of all time. And I'm not saying this was
easily.
that good. I'm not saying this was that good. But what I'm saying is having a nice, clean, streamlined story. It's not the end of the world, but it's just a good, solid, like origin story for a superhero. They didn't overcomplicate it with some multiverse BS or a bunch of other superheroes. It was just introducing you to the world, the Blue Beetle. The most they expanded on anything is like there was a couple of name drops of other things going on, you know, like, you know, at one point they mentioned Superman, but that's it. At one point, Batman's name is mentioned, and then like Jaime went to Gotham University because the story, the movie starts with him getting out of college, right? Like if you're a comic fan, there's little Easter eggs in there, but it doesn't weigh down the story at all. We do get a nice little dip into the history of Blue Beetle with Dan Garrett and Ted Kord, but not too much. It was a nice, light, fun story with good action. I mean, I just had fun, man. I had fun. Victor in the chat says, better than the last Ant-Man movie? Well, yes, because most things are. But, you know, but yes, it was definitely better than the last action movie, the last Ant-Man movie. Again, it's better than Ant-Man. It was better than any Marvel movie I've seen since going back to Spider-Man No Way Home.
Yeah.
It's better than any DC movie I've seen going back to Zack Snyder's Justice League, and that wasn't even really an official DC movie. It was just fun, and it's been a while since I've been able to walk into a movie theater and just have fun with a superhero movie. I would say I did get that with Guardians of the Galaxy 3, which was a great movie. I love Guardians of the Galaxy 3.
I love that one.
But it's been a long time that I just got to go into a superhero movie. Again, it's been probably since, you know, Spider-Man No Way Home, which was 2 years ago now at this point, you know, that I just got to go in and have fun and just get a good movie. It had good action. It had good humor. The movie had heart. Like, it was just good. And I had no expectations of that. And like I said, to the point that, you know, I decided I'm going to go see it again. So me and my wife went and saw it today. So I've seen it twice this weekend, and I love it. I think it's great. So it got 2 thumbs up for me.
Plus, going to the theaters now is actually pretty nice because it's never really super crowded. And if you go during the day, it's pretty rad.
Around here, Tuesdays is $5 movie day.
That's dope.
So you can go for $5.
Check the chat real quick. Did George Lopez's character have the line, Batman's a fascist?
Yes, and it was hilarious. It was a hilarious scene. Here's the thing. I hate George Lopez as a human being. I hate his political opinions. I like most people, grew up in the 90s and early 2000s listening to his comedy. I think he's funny. I don't like him as a human being. But he was hilarious in this movie. And he plays Jaime's uncle, who's like this conspiracy theorist dude who thinks, you know, we all know those people, okay? I probably know more than a few. And so, yeah, they were having a conversation because they were talking about they were talking about Ted Kord, about the Blue Beetle. And they're like, oh, so he was kind of like Batman, you know, while Jaime's talking to another character. And then you just like George Lopez character just like pops up and goes, Batman was a fascist. And like in that moment, it's just so hilarious because you know what kind of character he is. And he basically has something bad to say about everybody because he thinks everybody's out to get you because he's a conspiracy theorist. And it was funny. In that moment, it was funny. It also didn't hurt the fact that I don't really like Batman as a character, which we've had that conversation before. I don't think Batman's a good superhero.
Is it because he's a fascist?
because he's a fascist. No, it's because I just think I think he's because he's a psychopath who is not a hero. Because if he was, he'd do something better with his time and money. But
not put people in the hospital that are already in poverty.
Yeah, exactly. Or like, actually kills psychotic serial killers instead of just repeatedly letting them go to where they can go on and murder dozens and dozens of other people over the years. I don't know. Maybe take a cue from Frank Castle once in a while, Batman. You know what I'm saying? Like he actually gets the job done. I don't know.
Be like Joker's irredeemable and he's never going to change his ways. And he's obviously psychotic. And
yeah, exactly. So yeah, I'm not a big fan of Batman I like Batman in Justice League. Like when Batman is in Justice League, like he fits a role on the team as like a strategist and one of the leaders and in many cases like he's the quote unquote man in the chair, right? And he fits a good role on the team. And as a member of Justice League, I do like Batman as a character. As the lone hero in Gotham, I think he sucks. I think he's a horrible superhero. I don't think he's a hero.
As in the Bat family, he's more of the man calling the shots. That makes him, I don't know. I like him a lot more like that.
He definitely and like even if you look at like in Batman Beyond, he was a much better character when he's the guy in the chair laying out the strategies and what needs to be done while somebody else is doing the actual superhero work. He plays that role very, very well because he does have a lot of experience and he is very smart and he is a great detective. But as a hero himself, he sucks. It sucks. So anyway, there was, but yeah, as far as the Blue Beetle goes, that line was in the movie, and it was in that moment it was hilarious.
Like it was Batman Beyond too. Terry is actually wearing a super suit, which it never makes me in a universe where you can have super suits. Why the hell is Bruce running around in Kevlar and spandex?
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of the equivalent of if Tony Stark decided to do that. You'd be like, oh, well, he's clearly insane. When he has all these other options, he's clearly insane, right? Well, Bruce Wayne is clearly insane.
Well, I mean, he absolutely is. He does have some kind of serious...
Well, he don't even refer to himself in his own mind as Bruce.
Yeah.
He's Batman. It's like on that episode of Batman Beyond when people were trying to make him crazy. It's like, well, the voice kept calling me Bruce. I knew I'm not crazy because they kept calling me Bruce.
Terry looked at him like he was wacko.
But what do you call yourself in your head? And Bruce just smiled and walked off.
Wow. Yeah. Fucking love that. It was good though.
Some call me Tim. From Monty Python? Anybody? No. Never mind.
Some people call me Maurice.
Monty Python and the Holy Grail. The sorcerer, Tim.
And I've only seen it once, and it was a long fucking time ago.
I've watched Monty Python and Holy Grail so many times in my life. Unfortunately, almost every time I watched it, I was completely drunk.
Should watch it once sober.
I should. My favorite Monty Python is Life of Brian, though.
Oh yeah, that's pretty good.
That's hands down my favorite. I've watched that drunk and sober many, many times.
Still got to finish up this tusk, but got the eyes.
I'm gonna redo the claws.
That looks good.
I got to send you some figures so I can get some eyes done because I've tried. I don't know what's wrong with me. I can't do eyes, man. I can't do eyes. It's infuriating.
Start with black. Then you do the white. Then you do the darker shade for the iris. Then the lighter shade of the iris. the pupil, then do the highlight. I make it sound so easy.
Yeah, it's just like that.
Yeah, you just put those in that color, that order. That's all you need.
Yeah.
I'm gonna redo the blood and everything on the claws, and I'm taking the blood off of the toe claws because that's weird. And the blood is real bad on the teeth on the black bear.
Well, he just kicked the crap out of somebody, and
Yeah, I mean, I guess, but it's like only on the toenails. It's like he painted his toenails and fingernails really poorly. And he didn't get any on his lips. Yeah, I gotta work on this guy.
That thing looks so awesome. And then you said you can pop that visor out to paint it, right?
yeah, I got actually. It's not even in there right now. It's laying right here. The you could, if you want to. This is actually a separate piece. If you heat that head up enough, you could probably separate, break the glue loose from the visor and the mouth. Those are separate pieces. When I pop the visor out, I'm going to trim off that energy tendril.
Yeah.
That way I can paint it and pop it in, and it'll be permanent. So I can.
So
Come
what
on.
color is his visor?
I need to look it up. It's either yellow or green.
I think it's yellow.
I think it's yellow, but let me look.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's yellow.
Okay.
What
It's a
wash
gold
did you use on
visor, and then it's always like, I mean, it depicts it as yellow or white or some kind of bright light. I do see some pictures where when he's not using his power, the glass on the visor itself does have kind of a green tint to it. When he's not, but when he's using his power, it just glows bright, white or yellow.
Is that one of those Robo moments? Right, white.
boy.
Robo has ruined me because now I cannot ever hear anybody say at the end of the day ever again without thinking of that motherfucker. At the end of the day, god damn.
The bottom line is,
Or,
yeah, I know.
Or just saying the words bright white as a color.
Yeah.
Without going bright white.
Well, it was a pain in the butt, but I dremeled out the lenses on Scuba Steve.
That's better.
What do you think?
Oh yeah, that looks a lot better. Better than just open lenses like that's better than just having the silver paint over them. It's like, what's the point of having the eyes painted if you're going to have the lenses be silver?
I mean, they could have. I mean, they did this thing for the eel. I mean, I think it elevates this quite a bit. I mean, it's almost like, what's the point of like having this really good face when this is like the number one thing that bugged me about this figure.
Just take a little bit of clear plastic bubble and pop them in there.
I have some.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pop those little things in there.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna do that. I don't feel like getting frustrated with it right now, though. I'm good with it like it is currently.
Just do it in one piece. Don't do two smaller pieces because that'll be a bitch to try and glue in.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to do two smaller pieces. The way that the inside.
The inside's all. Oh, that sucks.
Yeah, because of that nose guard. Yeah, you can't dribble that out really.
Ugh. That's gonna be a bitch doing two small, little, teeny tiny pieces in there.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons why it's you know what? I'll do that later. It's a later thing.
This is the one that comes in handy to having these little helping hands. You paint that insert for the visor.
What wash did you use on Solar?
That wash that you got that you didn't end up being mud for you.
Oh,
That stuff works
wasn't
wonderful.
sure if you ended up using the red one.
The that standard wash they got for testers, it works great on red.
Hey, Jared, I was going to ask you, if you were to do that, the graphite powder over like a bright blue, would it give it kind of like a metallic blue sheen, or would it just overpower the blue?
Well, I actually did a dark blue. Oh, it's laying over here. I bought one of the KO Spider-Man 2099, so I actually had the extra one. I bought 2 of them. Get the dust off of it. Get like a really beautiful, like blue chrome out of it. This is
okay. That's what I wanted to know, because when I get that damn Blue Beetle popcorn bucket, I was thinking about using the graphite powder on it, so it looks more like, because when you watch the movie, it's metal, and that popcorn bucket just looks like bright blue plastic.
And that's the KO right there?
This is the KO that I clear coated, then I put the graphite powder on.
Oh, nice.
Isn't the KO better than the actual one that they put out?
Yes.
Wow.
I was like going crazy the chrome powder, and I was like, huh, I wonder if that's how this would do. Since I had an extra one, I was like,
must chrome everything.
yes.
If it exists, it will chrome.
Did Scalix have lips before he got turned into a Red Lantern?
He basically got his burnt skin burned off of him, I think. I'm thinking about during his origin story.
Yeah, there he got lips. He's still ugly.
Oh yeah, I think he's actually better looking after he burned his skin off.
See, here he's kind of, I don't know. He looks like a dragon in the cartoon.
Yeah, the cartoon, he looked a lot different.
Sorry, that was me.
I ain't hear nothing. So.
Oh, okay, good. Then nothing. I didn't do anything.
Farted?
Although it's your fault, Jared.
Yes.
If you had heard that. I was clicking on your video to give your live chat a thumbs up, and I got an ad in front of it.
Oh.
What, did you watch the ad so you'd get the...
Yes, it was the, what do they call it? I forget that green... I've actually bought this stuff before. It's that green powder that you put like in milkshakes and stuff like that to get like vitamins, like all your green vitamins every day. You're supposed to drink like a milkshake. I forget what that's called. Brick House something green. Yeah, I've actually used that stuff before. Don't go heavy on that stuff if you decide to use that to get some of the nutrients you need. It will send you to the restroom really quickly.
There we go. Got his visor painted up yellow. You let that dry.
red lanterns like vomit blood or what?
It's basically like where they attack stuff. It looks like they're vomiting blood. Yes.
That's gross. Take it nobody just like signs up for the Red Lantern Corps. They had to have some kind of like
It's trauma
bad
induced.
trauma.
Like it, yeah. It's basically like the revenge. The Punisher would be a good candidate for a Red Lantern. Problem is, though, once you become a Red Lantern, you kind of
can't
stuck.
not.
Yeah, because it actually the ring takes over the function of your heart.
Yeah, that's messed up.
Yeah.
What was that? I'm trying to remember. I read it so long ago. Early 90s when they changed up Guy Gardner and gave him those different powers where he could like morph his arms into weapons and stuff.
Voldarian.
What was that called?
He was a Voldarian.
Voldarian. Thank you.
Yeah.
I could not remember what that was.
Yeah.
I remember I read the first few issues of that.
I kind of liked it because he was a freaking powerhouse as a Voldarian. He was actually able to throw Lobo out of the bar, his warrior's bar. And Lobo was like in disbelief. He was like, Guy Gardner threw me out of the bar. Of course, he went back to start another fight, but it's like,
Oh yeah. It wouldn't be Lobo if we didn't go back to fight another, you know.
Kyle Rayner is still the best Lantern.
As far as imagination and willpower and everything.
He was the first one they show like that actually used the ring to almost to its like full potential, where he was basically an artist. Well,
Yeah.
he was his character was an artist, so he'd actually make artistic constructs, more complex constructs than other lanterns.
Is he still a White Lantern?
I think he's just a regular lantern now.
Blue.
Okay.
He's blue.
Tells you how long it's been since I've read any of that.
It's
I think he leads the Hope Corps.
he did have like all the powers at one time. Yeah, he was a white lantern.
Lantern. Yeah.
Looking for the paintbrushes that's laid in front of me.
All right, gentlemen, I hate to do this, but I got to go.
Oh, already.
I have a
Well,
good
look, have a good evening. Thanks for coming out here. Hanging out with us.
Of course. Yeah. Oh, I just got to wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning, and Sunday nights suck. So, yay.
Well, here's I'm going to be using the Batrocidus and a casting of the DC Direct Atrocitus head,
Nice.
and I'm going to make a
That's nice.
foreign scale Atrocitus.
You've already painted that one, haven't you? Because that looks way better than the ones I've seen.
I just did a basic wash to the reds.
Yeah.
and
And all the details and the edges stand out.
And I'll
Yeah,
do
way
paint the
better.
lantern. I sculpt it back over because they made the bat logo, red lantern symbol, sculpted. So I had sculpt over top of it. So I'll paint that white, and I made a water slide
Oh, that's cool.
to go over top of it.
Nice. All right, gentlemen. I will see y'all next time.
Later.
Same
Later, guys.
bat time, same bat channel.
Later.
Later. And everyone in the chat, I'll get caught up on the chat here in a second. Middle of painting, I can't check the chat out while I'm painting.
What's the last thing we heard in the chat? I can take a look at it. Sorry, I was trying to direct kids to get ready for tomorrow still.
Oh, here. It's all right. Hulk Smash is starting his anniversary vacation with his wife.
Oh, congratulations to them.
Yeah.
Name with Hell said hi to everybody.
Hi, everybody.
I don't know what we were talking about. Was there a conversation about Highlander? Hank Solo says leave Highlander out of it.
I think you're way up.
Oh, where are we supposed to be?
Let's see.
Who ended up winning, or don't they show? Let's see. Bruce Wayne has to be off his psychosis. Is all banged up. One reason, his parents' death. I don't know. Victor said he knows Monty Python, but he doesn't know that line. So that's been a while since that. Is that Collector Express rating the Luck Dragon from Never Ending Story? Yes, Hank Solo, that was.
Yep.
I gave you a shades emoji. Harker, did you paint that Fury Toys bear?
I painted the other one, not this one. I'm painting just the nails, and I'm probably going to redo all the blood on this one. But I repainted the entire brown one. I can show that one.
Yeah, Darth asks if that's the Human Torch buck that you're using.
Oh no, this is the combination of Vulcan and what's his name, Corsairs.
They don't show it. Was said by Plastic Man when they went to the Marvel world. I don't know what that is. Looks better. Nice. Who is the better artist, Steve Rogers or Kyle Rayner? Does Captain America do art?
So smart with that shield.
I would assume Kyle Rayner's the better artist.
And Victor says, I don't know, that's all the chatter so far. I didn't read all of it. Yeah, some of it was ways back.
Okay. Yeah, I think Solar's going to look pretty good. I got out of my mindset for a while there. I was like in the Master of the Universe mindset, and I kept calling him Solar. Pretty sure I got this DC Direct across his head from Corey way back when.
Oh, I think we figured out a solution for Red Sonja, by the way.
Oh, what you gonna do?
Well, it was Corey's idea. He was like, "Hey, you still got those Maven collectibles female heads?" And I was like, "Holy shit, yeah, I do." And those are probably going to be perfect. Have you seen those?
I have not.
Here, I'll show you. Let me dig them out. Yeah, he's gonna shrink them to the right size and fit them to the hair and all that good stuff. I'm sure they're very, very close in expression. So he'll pick whatever one works the best.
Give you solo layout.
Yeah. Manual mode here. Yeah. There we go.
Yeah, those are not bad.
It's hard to tell without hair.
This one's a little more angry.
Yeah, so I noticed in the brow, that one looks good.
Very prominent on the lips. I'm excited for it. I always like these head sculpts.
Name of Health said Steve Rogers was drawing Captain America comics. Hangzolo says Fortnite arcades are looking pretty good painted up. I got a few of them. I'm planning on fixing up eventually. Okay. Get some base red on to the Trostas head. Yeah, I'm not gonna do the fanny pack for solar.
What?
What?
Come on. That's Solar Man of the fanny pack, dude. All right, protest. Go to the toilet. Do the toilet.
I have no investment in solar. I don't think I ever read a solar comic book.
Me either.
Mainly like when they had like that big crossover event with Image. That's the most I've read of Solar. I just like his look. He's been around since 1962, so it's kind of cool to have an older character. I've been getting. I guess the videos are getting recommended more now, and I get people like asking about, do you have any of those like Hulk heads you painted up available? From the video I posted last year. No, and they weren't for sale. They were making for me and friends. One of my friends actually paid for the original castings. Mm-hmm. Do some cleanup on the collar piece before putting paint on it. Alright. The name of Hell Collector Express after Solar. You should make Magnus the robot fighter. I may end up making him. He is definitely a cool one. Even though he does wear a mini a dress.
XL would probably be difficult.
There was a body that people use for XO that worked really good, like some kind of video game based character, like the striations, like muscle striations onto the body. I think it's hard to get now, but that worked out really great for people who were doing XO customs. I was hoping to get a line of Valiant characters when they did the Bloodshot, but then they screwed up and made them like 5.5 inch scale.
That's weird. Sigma scale.
I'm talking to myself over here.
I wonder why it's so quiet.
I muted myself because my children who should be in bed were talking at me. It's so hot here. We gotta rearrange some sleeping places because it's too hot for them to sleep in their normal places. Upstairs is too hot, so
yeah, heat rises.
got to move them all down to the couches in the living room so that they can stay nice and cool. But then you're like, but I want that couch. No, I called it first. And you have to stop fighting about it, or you're all going back upstairs. It's like,
Oh yeah, so you do it.
I actually figured they'll have an 80s arcade machine soon. He's a badass because he fights robots in togas. Yeah, bare-fisted, punching out robots.
Learned how to do it from
Sergeant
Sergeant Slaughter.
Yeah, Magnus is a descendant of Slaughter.
Must be.
Did all that hard body training where you punch a tree a bunch of times, make it feel bad about itself.
Just straight up beat 50 robots up.
Bare
Roll up,
knuckle.
Bare knuckles, 50 robots.
That just defeated the entire Joe division.
Mm-hmm.
Slaughter
And then
shows up
proceeds
and
to immediately whip them into shape.
yeah, even General Hawk made him do laps.
Because that would happen.
Yeah, a E7 sergeant can definitely boss around a general.
I mean, the guy that just punched out 50 robots, maybe.
Yeah.
Saved your ass, maybe.
better than Star Trek Strange New Worlds, where everybody ignores command and just backtalks to their commanding officer all the time.
Is that the new show?
Yeah, it's crap.
Oh, is it bad? Oh,
It's unlike previous Star Trek where everybody's on an equal playing field and they got to belittle the male characters, emasculate them, and make all the women girl bosses. Then roll their eyes and laugh at the male characters and kick the male characters' asses and hand to hand. And female human can outdrink Klingons.
Who's writing these shows?
Those people on strike that hopefully don't get their jobs back because they can't write worth a shit, and nothing of value is lost.
Because the people that want to watch these shows generally probably don't like any of that shit.
Well, Star Trek was fine before they started to make it for a modern audience. It was already progressive. Oh, and the age of Star Trek, where the big point was there was no such thing as racism like the Federation anymore. The people have moved past that and got over it. No, not according to New Trek. Everybody's racist. White privilege.
The only time you saw racism was with other
races.
Yeah.
They use other races to show the bad points of what humanity used to have. But now the humans.
When does this take place?
It's TOS era when it was very established that racism has ended. They don't care. Screw with continuity or the establishment of Star Trek. Gene Roddenberry be rolling on his grave like that. What they doing with Star Trek?
Sucky.
Because he was already very progressive.
Yeah, he used to take a lot of shit for it, but that's part of the reason why it got so popular, yeah?
Yeah. They felt they needed to change it because they call like Star Trek fans like sexist and racist and all this stuff because people don't like the crap they're doing. Who you calling that? When you have modern Star Trek that uses language, let's science the shit out of this. That's a literal line of new Star Trek.
It's what?
Let's science the shit out of this.
That's first of all.
Martian.
First of all,
that.
if you're in a formal setting like, the military or Starfleet, you would use formal language.
Yes.
There are different ways that you speak in different places. And,
yes.
And that is very, very casual and not something that you would say when you're an officer.
100%. That's nobody in these shows act like they're actually in a military type of organization like Starfleet was.
Yeah.
Remember when Star Trek used to have hot female Klingons?
Klingons?
I don't
think the Klingons were ever anything but a little bit scary.
Maybe in TOS. I don't remember.
I thought they always had really creepy, large eyebrows and funky looking teeth.
Yeah. Pepperidge Farm remembers. Yeah, nobody acts like they're in a professional setting.
Yeah, which they would. Even under pressure, they would have more decorum.
The old Star Trek series characters would get reprimanded for not being professional.
Yeah. As they would in a military type setting.
There he is.
Hey. What's happening?
I really got Dr. Pay now.
Yeah. Why you keep sending me money then?
I don't know, man. It's the eye candy, I guess.
Yeah, you know.
Y'all packed up?
Yeah, getting there.
Did you get that package I sent you?
No.
Is it going to be at a post office, or is it going to be sitting outside cooking?
Well, if it comes, it'll end up at my mom's house, so somebody will get it. Or it'll just be in the box.
If you leave it outside in the heat, it'll deform probably. Seems to be what has happened to a couple of them.
You might want to. I don't know if the Canadian Post Office can do that. Is put your mail on hold where they hold it at the post office.
Yeah, no. Somebody will be there to take it in.
Okay.
Yeah, I was hoping I got it before I left,
but it just taking the scenic route.
Yeah, it decided to go down to the bottom of the states and make its way up.
I tried to track it earlier, and it said that they were having technical difficulties.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
I'll see tonight where it's at. Oh, Hank Solo, I'm lost. I guess I missed something there. Can Hulk smash ride a magical creature also?
Oh, remember I'm on the Wish Luck Dragon on Geek Fusion, made his like an icon, like his avatar of me riding on the Luck Dragon.
Yeah. What can be mine then?
I'll let you ride the Luck Dragon. I'll take it. I'll
Fin
give it
Fang Foom. Not Fin Fang Foom.
I guess what's his name? The wolf from Ragnarok. There, after the Hulk beats the crap out of him, he uses him as a Fenrir. Yeah, he uses him as a stallion.
Yeah.
So I was just gathering some of the stuff that I'm gonna dye.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I got. Oh man, it took me a while to get because I used a hair dryer. It took me a while to get those Juggernaut feet off the KO. Damn.
Yeah. Yeah, they're tough material. I don't know if it'd take dye very well because the way the material is.
Even though, like, I mean, I'm still painting them. It's just to give me a little bit of an edge, right?
Yeah.
I'm taking that original Abomination Build-A-Figure too. I'm gonna dye that black. The tiny one.
Oh yeah.
I'm taking a Luke Cage because when I do get the Canon special bike, I'm gonna need a body to make my catch on. What else? I'm bringing a hammerhead too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
Yeah.
Acetone these.
People, I don't know. I was gonna say the auction ended. People like to look, but I only got one bid on it, so I guess I'll go ahead and put the other one up for auction. But after that, I'll probably be done. It's a lot of effort, and it takes like a whole week to print a bike, you know. So
I can't believe it. What the bidding auction at bidding war at the end.
Yeah, God, I was watching and I was like, yeah, and I was like, what?
yep, nobody else bid on it, just one person. So
Flabbergasted.
oh well.
I'm surprised though with all the people that wanted one.
Apparently,
Think of the intimidation of having to build it. Had to be. It's the only thing I can think of.
it wasn't difficult to put together.
Yeah, the video's pretty easy.
Hit it with the fine grit sandpaper and some flat black primer, and I mean that's most of what you need.
Yeah, the bike looks pretty much flat black in the comics. So.
Yeah. But yeah, it's just with how much it costs to print and the amount of time that it takes. If I sold custom heads, I could make more with 3 hours of print time than I made selling the bike. Yeah.
Well, a lot of people don't realize what's involved, I guess, right? Like, I mean, it's not like printing a sheet of paper. You know what I mean? Like, it's
hours that you're sitting there going, is it going to work this time? Is it going to fail? Is it?
Yeah.
And you never know because I have a pretty low failure rate typically because I've been printing for a couple years now. But when you have that failure, it's just lost. It's lost income off of that print. So, whereas if I have a head, a set of head prints fail, that's no big deal. But with as big as that bike is, how much business in there? Yeah,
Oh, much.
that's probably why you don't get very many good quality, vehicles that are customs. Because they're just too expensive and you don't make enough off them.
Yeah, and then considering that people want them for practically nothing.
Yeah.
Right.
A lot of people going after Valverse over the price of the truck. kind of surprised.
How much
That's
is the truck?
The truck's damn good price. It's $185.
Seriously, they're going. What do they expect it for?
Well, somebody found out the exact cost of the vehicle at the manufacturer, and people are dogging him about it.
Well, I'm sorry to say it's called a
Because the
business.
actual manufacturing takes $45, and but they're not factoring in shit like, bro, you have to fucking
True.
package it, ship
Design it.
design it. Like, there's a lot more involved than just.
Do you want them to be
actual
developing more toys
creation.
in the future?
There's
know.
new seating.
Well,
all
not to
kinds
mention
of
too,
shit.
he's probably got well over $100,000 in tooling
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your
for a vehicle that big.
tooling alone is, you got to factor all that shit in.
To one figure can have like $30,000 of tooling, and he's got a freaking 20-inch vehicle.
No, you know what? People obviously, they don't factor any of this stuff though. It's called a business. What do you want him to give it away for? What he's making it for?
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
and I don't begrudge people not buying it. That's their money. They got to do with what they're going to do. But
That's
I'm
right.
just saying I can't justify making, more with how long it takes and the expense if there's not going to be, it got to be worth the effort.
Yeah, it's frustrating though, man.
Yeah, it's all right.
Especially with these, like I'm talking about Valivers too now. It's got to be, like somebody, I don't know, somebody finds out the price. Like Harker said, it's like once that gets out into the public, it's like, but people like, they're ignorant when it comes to that stuff. Though this is not.
Well, it's like when you even just like selling stuff at a convention.
Yeah.
I found at one time you could buy like the Titans Return Triptychon figure for $50 at Ollie's, and people think you should still be selling it for $50, and even though it's been gone for years out of the stores.
Yeah. See,
Pay
that's what I
$50
mean.
for it back then. You need to sell it for $50 right now. Like, no.
I had to store it for 10 years or whatever.
Yeah. I was at a con one time. Me and a buddy of mine, we both had like a Titans Triptychon. And that dude's like, he was live streaming something like that before I had a YouTube channel too. It's like, the dick was lying. It's like, well, they're paying $20 for these Ollies and they're selling them for $100. It's like, go find them at Ollie's right now. They're gone.
Well, that's what you should. That's what I would have said. So then go to fucking Ollie's and buy it. Why you want it from us for it?
Yeah.
Exactly. Because
I told the dudes, like, you find one at Ollie's for $50 right now, I'll pay you double for it right now.
Go get your shit at Ollie's then. What the fuck you doing here for?
Yep. If you find one for $20, which it never was $20, I'll give you 80 for it right now.
Okay, but here's another thing. Just say that you bought it for whatever, and you're gonna sell yours for $100, but you bought it for 80 back, 2 years ago. Now, just say, like you said, after a certain amount of time, you'll be lucky, but certain things make it to places like Ollie's for very cheap. Now, just because Ollie's is selling them now for 50, but you paid 80 for yours, like 2 years ago, people expect you to say, oh, since Ollie's is selling it now, I have to match Ollie's prices. No,
Yeah.
You want to at least make the money that you spent on it. You know what I mean? Like, just because Ollie's has it now doesn't mean you have to drop your price.
Exactly.
Well, and the other thing is that, it's supply and demand. So if they don't have them anymore, then what you have then becomes more valuable because
Exactly.
they can't get it in another place.
they don't have shrieks anymore, and I'm gonna eventually need some more shrieks, so I'm gonna pay what I gotta pay.
A name of fields that could have been Hasbro like leaking an information, finding information and leaking it. Could be.
Yeah.
That's very, very likely. Because they are not getting along. They hate Bobby.
Didn't he
Bobby
come
is
from?
very, very vocal about Hasbro's practices.
Well, he's called out their bullshit because
Bobby is the one that's leaked that the marketing guys are lying to you. They are the ones that make all those big ass decisions. Like, he's the one that said those are the ones in charge. Those guys are the ones that say who is going to be in the wave, how much money goes into the wave, and what bodies are going to be used, how they're going to be used. Like, don't listen to this fucking bullshit like they're answering to some higher ups. They are the higher ups.
Yep.
Like, oh shit. He was the original one that called them out and said, yeah, they're fucking lying to everybody. They are if you're looking for the man, they're the man. And that's why everybody goes straight to them about all these things. And they still try to pull that fucking bullshit like they're not making the decisions. They're making every single decision when it comes to all that shit. And this weird arbitrary we got X amount of dollars per wave shit is so weird.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I understand that they have to be inside of a budget. You know, if somebody tells them what their budget is, right? And I understand having to be inside of a budget, but if you want to make it quality, you make what you can for the budget that you got.
Well, let's say you have like a couple of characters that people have been waiting for to fill out teams and stuff, and you know that people want those characters really, really bad. Like, for me, I want a Captain Britain, Betsy Braddock Captain Britain, real bad. And I would want it on a new body. I'd want all the really badass things that come with it. It would be an expensive tooling because it uses the new body. And that new body they consider it one of the more expensive bodies. So that body would take up a chunk of more money than, say, the body that they used on Cersei, which is a cheaper body, that costs less for them to use that body. So if a couple more figures in that wave cost too much, but they still want to put Captain Britain in that wave, that means Captain Britain is going to end up on some shit body that I am going to get pissed about, and I end up having to make her myself.
Yeah.
So what you're saying is that they need to decide who's going to be in the wave, not based on just based on what the molds that they have already. So you're saying that they need to use more reuse in order to stay in their arbitrary budget.
They need to either make the waves smaller and add more accessories and eliminate Build-A-Figures and just do mega figures, just like McFarlane. Get rid of them and add more accessories and do the waves smaller.
Yeah,
or they need to figure out a fucking way to get rid of shit like Bucky Cap. Bucky Cap's not getting completely phased out until 2025.
That's ridiculous.
That's insane.
You know what though? The thing that you mentioned about the Build-A-Figures. Why bother with Build-A-Figures anymore when every Build-A-Figure ends up released as a mega figure, and we all get pissed off about it?
Well, here's my thought. don't do the Build-A-Figures because half of those parts, you know, a lot of people don't do eBay to sell those parts off. A lot of them don't want the full wave, may not care about the Build-A-Figure. So you're just printing garbage. I mean, essentially that's what it ends up being, right?
Yeah.
If somebody is never going to use that and they're not going to sell it on eBay, it goes into the trash. Or if they can't find all the figures, it goes in the trash. Right?
Right.
Yeah.
So look at how much Target just sold the Guardians of the Galaxy Wave for, and you know, and you got your the dog. What was the dog's name? Cosmo or something?
Cosmo.
Yeah.
You got the dog so damn cheap because those figures went for $7.50. They're sold out everywhere now. But those Guardians went for $7.50 everywhere. They just, you know, completely sold out of them.
And that's the thing too. I would like to have had a Cosmo, but I don't want to buy all those figures.
Yeah, I don't want all those figures just to get a dog.
You know, the Cosmo should have been a single release figure with Rocket. Like, yeah, I mean, him and Rocket should come together.
Yeah, that would have made a whole lot more sense.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. I don't understand. You know? But yeah, there's every Build-A-Figure now is well, not every one, but they're slowly becoming deluxe figures. Look at the Joe Fixit, the Ragnarok Gladiator Hulk. That's just one. Kingpin, Monster Venom. What else? Ulik. Well, no, Ulik. Sorry, he wasn't a Build-A-Figure, but
pretty much. I mean, Build-A-Figure size, he would have. Look at the latest Groot that came out. You know, that should have been the Build-A-Figure in the Guardians wave, and you know that they should have had Cosmo maybe as a fucking just regular release Target exclusive or some shit. It would have made a lot more sense.
Groot wasn't a Build-A-Figure. The size of that thing. You see how stupid that is? Like, come on.
Target had those for $19.99 clearance. Right now they have like Target is letting shit go for like crazy numbers. Like they have Beastman, the deluxe Beastman in some places for $3.96.
Wow.
Like Indiana Jones figures are like now going for $5.90 something, $5.96, something like that.
I would have taken one of those Beastmen for sure.
Yeah, I got one back when it was like $14.
Nice looking figure with all the extras.
I just wanted the parts because I'm going to make my own, but you know, that's the only reason. I just wanted all the parts because I'm definitely going to, you know, make one on a Marvel Legends beast and just use some parts so I can get all the articulation and all that good shit.
Yeah. I don't know, man. You know, it's ridiculous what they're doing. They really need to rethink it because they're killing the Legends line.
It makes me think maybe they're ready for the license to go. It's kind of weird. Maybe they're done.
I've here been talking to myself. I was like, why is everybody talking over me?
You know what? I was about to say, do you realize you're muted because you've been quiet for way too long.
I was going to say, like, you look how they freaked out on Shardamus by saying, like, yeah, we'd rather you just make less figures and do better quality ones.
Exactly. That's why I said that. That's why I said make less figures and just do them better quality, more accessories.
Oh, and that pissed them off.
Oh yeah, hell yeah.
I think
they know that it's less money in the long run.
Yep.
For them, you know, the pushing the shit figures on the shit bodies is for them financially better.
Well,
no,
you would just need to stop buying them.
I said,
that's just it. People are not buying them. I mean, look at how like fresh that Chode wave is. with the Emma Frost and Corsair and all that. That wave hasn't been out that long, and for me to be running around getting these figures for $7.50 is outrageous. I have 4 Cyclops figures now. I have 3 Emmas, like just as fodder.
The Corsair is good fodder too.
Yeah, I have 1 Corsair. My buddy picked up 2. Like it just, it's like, why? Like, if you got Target getting rid of this shit this quick, like at what point does Target go, we're tired of this shit, we're not going to order as much anymore?
And as long as we're sitting here, retailers are more than likely the ones that forced on their hand about putting windows back on the boxes.
Yeah.
They have to be.
They don't give a shit what we say.
They have to.
The way you talk to a company is through your wallet. You got to stop buying stuff that you don't like.
And people quit buying as much, and you can't see the figures.
I mean,
Yeah, and
I did not buy figures that often in the store with no windows.
Well, I mean, I was big on making sure that I didn't have any derpy eyes and stuff, misprints and stuff like that. Because
you can't go through and pick out the best one if there's no window box.
Yeah,
I'm real particular about my female figures.
Well,
and I don't want any derp, and I certainly don't want to have to bring it back and try to exchange it 4 or 5 times to get the right one. Like right now, I'm dealing with this robe with Amazon. Like I have to send this one back again to get another one, to try to get one that doesn't have a freaking doesn't have Bell's palsy. Shit is ridiculous.
Well, the good thing was one thing I was glad about last year, the 40th anniversary He-Man figure from Mattel. A lot of bad quality control on it, but they had window boxes. I went, the local Target had about like a dozen of them, and I went through every one, and only one of them had decent paint and hair glued on properly.
Wow.
On the face. That's looking good. Then transparent red over top of that, the factory red.
That looks nice.
It'll make a good atrocities. I'm going to finish up the tusk on Bruton, and I think I'm going to call it a night. For a second there, I thought you were sculpting something pervert there, Kenan.
No, that's
Like
back
the head. Like, what we sculpting?
Not that.
Name without saying, you're saying exactly what I thought Hasbro should do with Marvel Legends. Yeah, get rid of the Build-A-Figures. Smaller waves. Sector 28.
Cohesive waves, too. Cohesive.
That would probably help a lot. Well, and it would tell them what people wanted, because if it was, an IP that didn't sell, they'd know, well, but we don't need to make those characters for a while.
Well, they tried a cohesive wave with Eternals. They're real popular.
Right?
Yeah.
No.
Somebody told them they were popular.
Somebody lied.
Yeah.
Oh, and the movie did great, too.
Yeah. Fucking amazing.
So Sector says, I want a Joker Bone Shaker car for the 66 line, but knowing McFarlane, it would be too small like the Batmobile.
Oh yeah, he makes all his vehicles undersized. The Batmobile, the '89 Batmobile, is actually a 6-inch scale vehicle made into a 1-seater 7-inch scale car.
Yep.
The '66 Batmobile is a
118.
5-inch scale vehicle set up for their 6-inch figures. The Mattel 66 Batmobile is 1/12 scale. It's a lot better, but hard to get.
Didn't they make a 1/12 scale of the animated series Batmobile?
Oh yeah, DC.
Oh,
Collectibles.
yeah. Woo.
I
Pretty expensive now.
That thing was
Not as
nice
expensive
car.
as the Batwing from DC Collectibles.
No,
The
definitely not.
animated Batwing, I slept on that. I was like, man, I didn't know where to put it because it's so big. The
I slept on that and the Batmobile.
the
And
Batmobile.
right now, I've been selling off my like sealed animated series figures, and let me tell you, I have made my money back. So far, I've probably quadrupled my money, and I'm about a third of the way through my collection. I haven't even gotten to my Scarecrow yet, which is like one of the big money ones. Absolutely ludicrous how much those figures are going for.
People really like that line though.
Yep.
At Collector Express, I have the Mattel Batmobile 66. Oh, Sector's got one.
Nice.
He's also saying, I wonder if the McFarlane would work on his superpowers line. His Batcave is perfect scale.
Probably so, because it is definitely undersized for the 66 McFarlane 66 figures. So it probably go along better with the superpowers.
Yeah.
There we go. Very good. I'll
Wow.
clean it up.
That's amazing. He did a good job on that cannon.
Yes,
Thanks.
sir, he did.
Wow.
Someday I'll actually finish a custom of my own.
Man, that looks
Side
that's-
profile is so badass looking too.
Yeah, but you know what though? I'm picturing the actual artwork and it's like spot on, man.
Thanks.
That's
I love it.
crazy. Wow. Shit, now I just want to make one just because.
Because it looks cool.
Yeah, just a
Yeah.
I'm
That's
in-
all it takes, man. Just something that looks cool. And it's like, fuck it, I want one of those. Just
Yeah,
I don't even
you
know.
know what I mean?
I don't have any draw to it, but it looks cool, so I want it.
Yeah. Well, just you know what though, those big bruiser characters are always fun to have, right?
Yeah.
Little touch up on one of the tusks.
It's so cool to see this coming to three dimensions, eh?
And Don's working on the capes for Lore. He said he got them cut out and sewed together. He's got to turn them inside out and add the wires to them.
Wow.
So I need to start working on my 2.0.
You got the helmets in that box, right?
Yep.
Okay. And everything was the right size and everything?
I hadn't tried them out yet. They're still upstairs.
Okay.
does. He looks like just looks like a badass character, right?
That's what we were going for. Big brute, badass character.
He is Brutus.
Look at the eyes too, right?
Yeah, I love how he did the eyes. They turned out so good.
You gotta take a look at this.
Oh yeah.
Let me
Still
make it
working
bigger.
Working on the teeth.
Oh, that's looking badass.
I'll need to work on the horns. I figure I would go for the naked mole rat skin.
Yeah,
Make it look all crispy.
that sounds like a plan to me.
Since his said his skin got all burnt up, right?
Yep. I like it a lot.
Oh, good. Save that. I go get some water. Be right back.
Got the parts. Working on Thirsty. I got the knee pads glued onto the Shriek knees.
Oh, that the White Rabbit worked out well, right?
Yeah, the White Rabbit upper torso is going to work out good. Like, really, I'm not even worried about the pattern on the original top. It basically like just the front of it was red. I mean, black, and had the back of it red, and I just want to make the whole upper top black. That's good. Once the jacket on, you don't even see the back of it. It's like, what's the point of putting all that pattern on it?
Yeah, exactly. Like I said, why? The best way to do something is not to have to do it, right?
Yeah, if it's been completely covered, it's like, what's the point?
I gotta stop off at a dollar store, pick up some acetone, get those pinstripes off of the Hammerhead figure before I dye it. Hopefully it comes off easy.
Unless you want to do a black pinstripe.
Well, I was thinking about that because the pinstripe will probably end up looking a little bit grayish, right?
Nah, I think they'll stay black. Yeah, the other stripes. Well, the rest of the suit will be striped.
Thinking about it.
Or, like you just said, it's like you don't need to put all that effort into it. You don't have to.
Yeah, I was saying because it might end up being like almost like the pinstripe will probably be
Real
shinier black than the suit. Yeah, I might give that a try instead of putting in all that effort.
Change the zoom level.
Yeah, you got to post pictures of that with all the other bruisers, Hulk, Juggernaut, Fake, Strong Guy. People love seeing those pictures. They do other good Sasquatch, Wendigo. You know, I just show people pieces that you used, right, compared to the actual product. One thing I noticed about when people do reviews, I think one of the best parts of a review is the comparison shots. People love seeing that stuff, eh?
Yeah. Need to put a little more wash around the neck.
Did you let Canadian survivalists know that the package was shipped?
Yep.
Cool.
Send them the tracking number or the screenshot. Cropped it and send them the tracking number.
Sorry, that was all. Ended up being more than a water break.
Well,
There you go.
You have to make room for the new water, right?
I had to help the kids get settled. Because they're all downstairs where it's cool.
This goes back on. The fur piece works with the character up really well.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure.
He articulates okay with the fur piece on there.
Do what?
His head articulates okay with the fur piece on there. Oh,
yeah.
Good.
I can't really mess with it too much right now. The parts of it are still not cured. The paint's still wet in some areas. Finished up the eyes, got the tusk, got his snout painted up. This is gamma radiated snuffleupagus. I like it. Those rhino feet worked out really good.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's dope.
That texture stamp was a lifesaver. Been a pain in the ass to sculpt all that fur by hand. I like it.
It stopped responding.
Says looks great.
There you go.
There's the first two, eh?
Yep. Which I'm going to do a 2.0 on lower So I want to do like the edging of the like between the red and the gray. I want to do styrene and do piping. Make it raised.
Yeah.
Tempted to like I figure it's got like fabric texture sculpt and make a texture stamp and do it on the chest, but I don't know where the red's at. I don't know. Maybe not be too much.
Such as says Collector Express Fire.
Thank you, sir. He looks mean standing there. I love it.
Who knows? Maybe one day it'll be a legit toy line.
Be cool.
That would be.
Alrighty, fellas. I need to call a night. I got company. They need their bedroom.
Alrighty. I'm gonna see if I can get this saved and then call it a night because it's starting to glitch out on me.
Yeah.
Might be time to give it a break.
Everybody in the chat, thank you for coming out, hanging out with us. I'm going to get the labels printed out and get the packages mailed out this week. And congratulations to all the winners. If you're still listening, remember to doing all that wonderful YouTube and stuff and liking, sharing, subscribing. And we'll see y'all next time.
Have a good night, guys.
Have a good evening.